Deze uitzending wordt mogelijk gemaakt door Ariba Padel, de perfecte match in kartri, Enebe, Royal Padel en Vibora.
Paquito, Juan Lebrón, Sancho
No.
Gutiérrez. ¡Genio! 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 ¡Abracadabra! ¡Gutiérrez!
Lo ve todo.
Mira.
Dit is de Padel Talk podcast met interviews, tips en trucs, materiaalbesprekingen, spelinzichten, gasten uit binnen- en buitenland en de padelspeler aan het woord. Onderwerpen die elke padelspeler, vereniging en gerelateerde bedrijven zullen aanspreken. Presentatie Marie-José Rutten, regie en montage Erik Denenkamp. Welkom bij de 20e aflevering van de Padel Talk podcast. Met naast de tips en trucs van Sven Boele een openhartig interview met de Brusselse Topspeler Jeremy Gala in gesprek met Marie-José Rutten.
We have with us today Jeremy Gala from Belgium. And since his Dutch is not as good as ours, but most of all, our French is not so good as his, we do this all in English. So, Jeremy, just a short introduction. I read that you are Belgian. You have been a Belgian champion with Nick Braet. You've been playing World Padel Tour. You played for the national Belgian team for a couple of years. But maybe it's easier for all of us if you introduce yourselves.
Okay, well, my name is Jeremy Gala, I'm 28. I've been Belgian champion in 2019 with Nick Braet. I've seen you had a talk with him, nice talk with him. I've been playing padel for 8 years, more or less. Before that, I played tennis like a lot of people since I was 4 years old.
Yes.
I was 4 years old. I started tennis until I think 22 years old. So I played at least something like 20 years of tennis. I did some gymnastics too. So I'm really active person. I don't really like to stay and do nothing. Yeah, but for a long time I had 15 to 20 hours of sport a week, tennis and gymnastics, and then I started playing paddle with some friends when I was on holidays in France. We're in France on holidays near Bordeaux, and one of my friends, he told me, "You want to try paddle? New thing." Well, new thing. It was not, more or less new, but I remember the first time I played paddling was on the hard court. No grass, no glass walls, and it was really with holes on the court and everything. So it was on the old courts. Yeah, and I don't know if you want me to elaborate more. Or,
Yeah, well, you started playing in Bordeaux. That's where you first.
Yeah, the first time I was on the paddle court it was in Bordeaux in France. That was really just to try. I was still playing more tennis at this moment a lot, and then I came back from holidays, and then one of my friends in Belgium, he told me, you play paddle, you want to play with me, because I'm playing. He told me I'm playing paddle now, and I'm starting playing. If you want to play with me, you can come. And I started playing once a week paddle, and 3 or 4 times tennis, and then that changed. I started playing 2 times a week tennis, 2 times a week paddle, and then it was once a week tennis, 3 times paddle, and now it's been 4 years. I didn't play tennis, I think, or 5 years, something like this.
Yeah. Well, you were heading for the US for your tennis.
Yeah, that's true. It is quite strange.
Big change in your life.
Yeah, because I was doing my studies in here in Belgium, and then I got a proposition for proposal to go to the US with a scholarship, and then it ended badly. not the way I wanted, but I had to come back. It was a long story, but I had to come back to Belgium. But finally, destiny was. Maybe that was my destiny, not to play tennis, and then I started playing padel. So, it was quite a good success. So, in the end.
And so at first you play tennis a lot and some padel, and now you only play padel. Why this difference? Why this move?
Because I was the kind of tennis player, and for a lot of people it's surprising now that they see me playing padel. I'm quite a really patient type of player in padel, but in tennis I was super aggressive. I was my serve was more than 200 an hour, and then 3 or 4 shots going a lot to the net. So I was not the kind of guy playing patient tennis. And but then I started playing padel, and I liked playing a lot of doubles in tennis. Volleys was more my style of play, and a lot of touch, and that's exactly padel. Playing doubles, a lot of touch, a lot of volleys. But what I'm more like about padel is you can be more creative. There's more variation. You can be more creative and more original. In tennis, to do a serve and volley, you have to have a really good level. I mean, in padel, those situations happens a lot, and a lot of reflexes, a lot of different situations, and that's what I like. And mostly the point is never over in padel. So that's a good thing.
That's a big difference with tennis. It's usually under 10 shots, and padel. Well,
that's why I say, because in tennis my 5 shots was a lot for me in tennis. Now in padel you have to be able to play 10 volleys, 10 bandejas maybe in a point, and it's a big change, but I like it.
You stand on the left side with Nick?
Yes. But we try to, inspired by Galan and LeBron, sometimes we try to switch. But mostly on the left side, yes.
And you do you also play that aggressive? As not that aggressive, because they are really good, but in terms of style?
Yeah, but I can. It's big, maybe too fast comparison with Galan and LeBron, because our style of game, and that's why I like playing with Nick. Is we are really good defenders, and we are really comfortable defending. Sometimes too comfortable. we like to stay in defense because we control a lot, but we try now in our games to be a bit more aggressive and going more to the net. And for sure, if conditions are good, I like to use my smash, because I have a good smash, as I told you, in tennis.
Good overheads,
overheads were good, but I like variation as well. Only when I started playing padel, that was my main problem. I arrived to Spain, and my coach, he told me, "You crazy, you are smashing all the balls." And but maybe we'll elaborate later on this part of my trainings. But I like the variation and mixing a lot.
But that is the usual comment for people in North Europe, that all these Spanish guys say, slow down.
Yeah. And sometimes no
play
people
the point.
When they see me playing, they say, you play too slow, you never hit the ball. But why do I need to hit the ball if I can win the point in another way?
So maybe the comparison with Fernando Belastikin and Pablo Lima is more correct.
Maybe. Yeah, I really love them. I love their style.
And if we look at your Facebook, the main picture is the picture with Nick, and also with these incredible guys. It's an amazing picture. I'm sure you really are proud.
Yeah, really.
To
be next to Nick.
Yeah.
No, but it was amazing. That was for sure the best memory of my life.
Yeah. And where was that?
That was in Brussels it was 2 years ago, during the exhibition, World Padel tournament, and we got this. I couldn't believe it when they told me I play against Bella the night before. I couldn't sleep.
I can imagine.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah. So, just to go back a little bit, you went to Spain to learn the language and to learn the game. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Actually, a lot of people don't believe it, but I went to Spain not for paddle. I ended my studies in Belgium, and I started learning a bit of Spanish in Belgium, and then I said I really want to learn this language, and the best way to learn it is to go there to Spain. And then I was supposed to stay only 6 months in Madrid. And I had 25 hours of lessons per week of Spanish. For 6 months. And then naturally I took my paddle racket with me because even my mother when she saw me packing my luggage, she said, "You're sure you're going for learning Spanish and not playing paddle?" I said, "Well, both." Both. No, but then the first 3-4 months I started to know some people there, and I played friendly matches, but without really serious trainings. And then after 3 or 4 months, one of my sponsors that I had already in Belgium, he proposed me. He told me, "Do you want to try to do a professional year?" And yeah, for sure, I couldn't believe it, but I didn't dare to ask. Really, I didn't dare to ask myself because I know it's huge. It's big amount of money, and I couldn't afford it myself, and I didn't dare to ask. But the sponsor, Michel Ross, is the guy that made everything for me, and basically it's thanks to him that I'm talking to you today, that I'm doing everything I did and I'm doing now, because he gave me this opportunity to train with one of the best coach in the world, Adrian Caviglia. He coached before. He coached Lamperti. He coached Paquito. He was coach of Pablo Lijo. Well, a lot of.
It's a big guy, big shot.
Big guy, and and then I started training with him. It was at first it was a bit of testing like once a week, and then after some times it was 5 times a week with him, 1.5 hour paddle. Tactic and technique, and 1.5 hour physical training with another coach, Jorge Rodriguez, and this was I was in the group of physical training with Lamperti, with Mieres, Paquito, and all those guys. So it was amazing experience, and like this for 1 year, and well, you can only learn but I mean I was playing all the time with stronger guys than me. I was not winning a lot, and I'm honest about that. I was not winning a lot, but you're learning so much playing with the better guys. That's the best experience.
Yeah, it's a great experience, and an incredible learning curve, I guess.
Yeah, amazing, because you playing against better guys. It's not nice because I tell you, the first tournament I played in Madrid. The guys basically they were playing all the balls to me, and it was like 6-2, 6-love after 40 minutes. And I was really ashamed. I didn't know what I was doing there and everything. And after 1 year, after all this year, I remember the guys didn't play one ball to me. They didn't dare to play the ball to me after 1 year. So I was, being in the fridge is not nice, but when the Spanish guys they don't dare to play to you, it means a lot.
It means a lot. Well, it also means that you grew a lot. So
yeah, for sure. But the first thing was to I don't know how to say it. Starting to not unteach paddle, unteach tennis, not completely forget about tennis, and starting a new sport. For me, I don't really agree when people say it's tennis, it's tennis and squash, because there's maximum 10% of tennis in paddle, maximum.
Yeah, I always say to students or other people that I mean it's nice that that you've played tennis because you have the reflexes and you know how to volley, you know how to smash, and you know how to play balls.
Mm-hmm.
But you it's more about getting stuff out of your backpack than because it's such a different game.
Yeah, and it has for sure. Tennis has advantages, but disadvantages, and all the sports. Squash has advantages for the guys that played squash, but has disadvantages as well. Yeah. And there you see, padel is completely a unique sport, and you have to adapt.
Sport. Yeah. So you trained a lot in Spain. Yeah. So you stuck around a little bit longer than the 6 months that you
one and a half years.
One and a half years. Great. That was all in Madrid.
Well, I was living
in Madrid.
I was living in Madrid. I was living in Madrid, and first I was in the center of Madrid because my language school was there, and then I moved a bit away. Well, in the surroundings of Madrid, because the clubs where I was training were there. But no, I was living in Madrid and then traveling for sure for World Padel Tour because almost every weekend I was playing World Padel Tour. So I was traveling around Spain and sometimes going to play abroad as well.
Yeah. So in during this time you played World Padel Tour.
Yes, I played. I think more or less 15 tournaments of World Padel Tour, and as I told you before, I will be honest, I think I won 3 matches maximum, but I was already happy to win one. Yeah. Because I wasn't expecting to even win one match. So the level is so high. Is getting even higher than now. Is really. I was discussing with Eric before that it's really difficult now for us to get into one World Padel Tour draw because the level is so high and they don't give the wild card so easily, and we don't get with Nick for the moment. We don't have World Padel Tour points. So even if we would like to, we have to ask a wild card, but the chances to get it are so small.
Yeah.
That it's difficult.
And those 15 tournaments that you played, was it all with Nick Braet? Or
No, because when I was in Spain, I started playing with Nick when I came back from Spain, actually.
Okay.
So in Spain, I played I tried to have the same partner, but in the beginning I didn't know anybody there when I arrived there. And then my coach he told me, you can play with this guy. But the guy wasn't really available to play because he had lessons and everything, and in my mind I was like, man, we like in 3 months I think we played 3 or 4 times together, and I said, man, I'm here for 1 year, I'm not gonna wait. So I said, okay, I will try to meet a lot of people playing with different guys, and I tried to play 2 or 3 tournaments with one guy, and at the end of the year, I found a young guy that was playing really good, and I played a bit more tournaments with him. But I thought it was a good thing to get to know people there and to change partners because you get different games, and I played with different people. And actually, the first World Padel Tour match I won was with a lefty guy, and that was a big experience because I have a good smash, but he had a good smash as well. And I remember this match because it was 3 sets, really long match. And he was smashing everything for 2 sets, 2.5 sets, and then in the third set, he told me, I'm so tired, I can't smash anything. And for 2 sets, I didn't smash one ball. So in the end, out of 12 smash, I got 10 out. So I think, I won 2 games with my smash in the end. So I was happy to see that playing with a lefty is a big advantage.
Big advantage,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great. Oh, good experience, and also for your own personal. How do you say that? For your maybe for your ego even. That you finally win the match with your smashes.
But I mean the conditions there were quite fast, so this was a big weapon. But I mean, if I said okay, in the end, he was tired. I said okay, I can come in. I'm fresh, so let me take it, and that was a good thing.
Yeah, and also Madrid is it's higher, so it's the game is a little bit faster than when you go to the to the sea, huh?
Yeah, it's completely different. So yeah, in this tournament, Smash was important, but in others, you have to play completely differently. So
yeah. So then you came back to Belgium. You also played with Nick Braet, and then the situation right now is that you don't have enough points. So you moved on to being the one of the best guys in Belgium, and you're now training and coaching for the Belgian Federation. Is it?
More or less. I have different roles. We're still playing with Nick, and we try to, but as maybe you had to talk with him, he's really busy with his club. I'm really busy with my lessons. So actually, I'm giving lessons in two clubs in Brussels, and I'm working with the French Padel Federation in Wallonia now to organize days for youth, actually for days to make young kids discover paddle for the first times. But my main job is giving lessons, and a side job is working with French Padel Federation to help them make days for kids to discover paddle. And we started again today. Today we had a talk even with Nick and the Belgian Padel Federation for juniors as well. So we will be with Nick selecting the juniors that are going to Europe to World Championship.
And so it's not only youth that is that already discovered padel, but also youth that is for the first time discovering padel.
That's mainly the goal, trying to make discover the paddle for kids that never played and that never had a paddle racket in their hand before. So that's the goal.
What's happening a lot in Holland is school padel. Like school tennis, school padel, that you have whole classes, or hockey teams, football teams. Is that the same thing in with you?
Yeah, exactly. We have one. That's one type of activity we do for the kids. We have three. There's paddle schools, like you said, where there are whole classes coming. Another one is more general. It's for all the kids, not only schools, but more kids that are around the club and that can come and that never played paddle before. And we will try as well. We didn't start that yet, and that will be maybe a bit more difficult. But doing mini paddle tournaments. Because for kids there are not really a paddle court for kids, and a normal paddle court for some really young kids is too big. So we found a way to make them play on a smaller court.
Okay, can you elaborate a little bit on that? How does that look?
Yeah, basically we instead of playing on a normal court, we create a net, or we put a net on the line in the middle of the court, and they play basically on the on the back side of the paddle court. So imagine you are in the service box behind the line, but you face each other. So you play on the
the side glasses, maybe.
Yeah, that's it. So actually, the side glass becomes the back glass, the back wall.
Glass. That's
it. So the rules are a bit adapted, but like this, it's a mini paddle. It's only 1-on-1 for the moment. I didn't really find a way, because naturally it's really small to play 2-on-2. But maybe one day, I didn't try it yet. But for the moment, the 1-on-1 paddle on this mini paddle court. It works. I tried it in my lessons with some kids, and it works quite nice. And we'll try to make friendly tournaments out of it. And basically, you can do on one glass paddle court with the walls, and where the fence is, you play like a kind of mini tennis without the fence, because naturally playing with the fence is quite difficult for the kids. But like this, you can have 8 kids playing at the same time on the court.
Oh, perfect. And it's all about experience, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the important, even if they play on without the glass, at least they have a paddle racket, and they get to know. Yeah, as you say, they get the experience of a paddle racket, and then they change of a court, and they can on one court they can play with the wall, on the other court they cannot play with the walls because there is a fence. So we have to adapt, but I think it can work nicely. We didn't do the mini paddle tournament yet, but I think in 1 month or 2 we'll have one, so I'm really curious about it.
Yeah. And that's for kids from what age?
We are. It's quite broad. We don't want to limit. We try to target 8 to 12 years old. But I mean, if that doesn't fit, we can do it we can do it broader, because we don't want to limit. We want to have as many kids as we can. Yeah. So I would say maximum 15, but 15 years old. But 15 years old are not. These are teenagers already. It's not really kids. So,
they're getting stronger, especially the boys.
15 years old they can already play on a big court. But for the ones that cannot really play on a large court, so I would say under 12. Yeah.
Oh, it's nice. And do they also have softer balls or?
That's a really good question because we were testing and it's not that easy to find the appropriate ball to play, because we tried a lot of different types of balls, because sometimes one ball doesn't bounce enough on the walls, the other one is going too fast, so we tried I think almost every type of balls, and I think we'll go for a plastic and large one. It's the size of a handball.
Okay.
But it's a plastic one, and it's working quite nice. We are using this in Belgium. I don't know in Holland, but we are using this ball in tennis for really young kids to learn.
Yeah.
It's bigger.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's a bit bigger ball, plastic one, the size of a handball, and it works quite nicely.
In Holland we have lighter balls, and also for different ages we have. I need to be very correct. You have green, orange, and red. Yeah, and red is for the youngsters, and then orange is a bit is a little bit harder. And a little bit smaller, and then you have green is again a little bit harder and a little bit. Maybe the same size as a normal tennis ball.
I see.
But it's all softer than the normal tennis ball to make sure that they keep on playing rallies.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's not easy. It was not as I thought. It would be easier to find the right one to play, but the our is a purple one, so you can add one color there.
Yeah. No, but the most important thing is that youth is getting invited to play padel. Youth is the future, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what I had a meeting this afternoon as well with Nick, because we are selectioners for the youth and people from the federation, and that's exactly what we're saying. The future is the youth. So we need to make them discover, for the ones that never played and for the ones that are already training hard, giving them the chance to go to championships, doing selections days, trainings, and all of that. Yes.
Yeah. And the kids that are being selected for the national youth team is for Mexico. Are they former tennis players or even current tennis players who play padel, or are there also kids for whom padel is the first sport?
Let me think.
Do you know that?
No, generally a lot of tennis players, but that don't play tennis. I know a lot of them don't play tennis anymore.
Okay.
It's in general it's happening now. I see it in my lessons that a lot of people completely stop tennis and they start playing only paddle. So there's really few people actually that, well, not a lot of people that keep playing both sports. That's the feeling I have. A lot of people are completely switching to only paddle, but I would say 80% of those kids, they had tennis experience before. That's almost for sure.
Yeah. So you have a complete selection for Mexico right now.
We not yet. We have to make the trainings. We have to. We hope to have a complete one, but we'll have a complete one for sure. But we need to do the selection, which is quite is not easy because the level is getting higher. There are a lot of, but that's good. That's good. It means there are a lot of kids that are training hard and that the level is getting higher, and in general it's good. For the selectioners it's not easy to select the right one, but in general it's a really good thing.
But that's a good thing, because selecting from kids who are all very good is better than to select from too small a group. So
and the level will only get higher. That's a bit the problem we get maybe with Nick in Belgium, and that's what we wanted to do last year, traveling more to go abroad and playing against better guys than us, because in Belgium the guys from the national team are really good, and then the level is a bit lower, so we play basically with the same guys, and like this level is not improving as much. When you have a lot of different people, the level is improving. So,
and that's what you want, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you give these lessons. Is that on behalf of a Padel Federation?
No, I give. I'm I don't know how to say autonomous. You say that? I'm working self-employed. I don't know if it's the right term, but I'm working for two clubs, which are not really. I have To make it easy, I'm working on one side for myself as a self-employed, and on the other side for federations to be. But federations is more juniors trainings and selections and making paddle discovering the kids paddle, and then on the other part I'm giving lessons to in two different clubs.
It was in Brussels and in Mechelen.
Yeah, that's it.
If I'm correct? Yeah. Talking about the Belgian Federation, can you very shortly explain the situation in Belgium? Because in the Netherlands, as most people know already, the Dutch Padel Federation has merged into the Dutch Tennis Federation. So that's the situation in Holland. But in Belgium, the situation is different.
Yeah, basically, yes. For the geography lesson, in the south part of Belgium is Wallonia. In the northern part of Belgium is Flanders, and in the middle is Brussels. So there is a Padel Federation and the Tennis Federation in Wallonia that were working together until last week, but they started the Tennis Federation decided to break up this collaboration. So by the end of the year, tennis will work separately for paddle, and the Padel Federation will work separately as well. So we'll see how it goes on. Maybe it has good things, it has bad things. We don't know. We'll see how it evolves. And in Flanders is paddle got into tennis, and the tennis federation is managing all the paddle tournaments and everything. So I don't know, in Wallonia maybe it will evolve in this way. In Flanders it's working. It looks like it works okay. that the tennis federation took over padel organization, and we'll see in Wallonia if it goes that way as well. And over this you have Padel Belgium. So Padel Belgium is managing the whole
situation. Yeah.
I know it's Belgium is very well known for all its political issues. So you see we are a bit victims sometimes of this, but we have to deal with it.
Yeah. You'll find your way. I'm sure.
I hope Padel will win. That's more important.
Yeah. So maybe as a final thought, what is your suggestion to grow the sport in Belgium? What are your biggest suggestions?
I will like Bella, because it's my favorite player on the court and off the court, and his attitude. I saw an interview with him some times ago, and he was talking about the conflicts between federations, European Federation, FIP, and I think people have to put their ego aside and think about the sport.
Yeah.
Because many people see now that you can make a big business and big money out of padel, and they see only that, and then they don't think about the sport. Yeah. They think about their money and their ego and their interest, and that's quite bad. And everyone should work in one way for padel. That's the thing.
Because padel, I mean, it gives us all so much pleasure.
Yeah.
And so much enthusiasm, and so many people are experiencing this. And it would be a shame if politics and conflicts would ruin that. So. Let's cheer for padel as number one.
Yeah, for sure. But I think as you say, it's a passion for everyone. So in the end, I hope passion will take over.
Will take over. Well, let's cheer for that. And well, thank you very much for this interview, Jeremy. Maybe there's a little note for the end. Maybe you have something that you have not told us yet, and you would like to add.
Well, we can talk about a lot of things, but first of all, thank you very much for inviting me in this interview and making it possible, and finding Marie-José to speak in English with me. That was really nice. Thank you very much. I don't know what I could add. I hope Belgium and Netherlands will find themselves in final of the next European and World Championships.
That will be great.
That will play against each other. Belgium against Netherlands in the final of European and World Championships.
I would love to see that. I'd love to see that.
I hope, but with Argentina and Spain it will be difficult. But let's hope.
But you never know. Let's work hard, and most of all enjoy padel, because it's a really, really, really fantastic sport.
Completely agree.
Thank you very much, Jeremy, for this interview.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Deze uitzending wordt mede mogelijk gemaakt door racketjunkie.nl, Jeremy Gala, Marie-José Rutten, padelcenter.nl, Autre Nivel en Padelcentrum Leeuwenberg.
Elk jaar krijgen ruim 550 kinderen in Nederland kanker. 1 op de 4 kinderen redt het niet. Dit moet en kan anders. Kika financiert onderzoek naar kinderkanker. Onderzoek naar genezing, maar ook naar minder pijn tijdens de behandelingen en een hogere kwaliteit van leven na de behandelingen. Help jij mee met dit belangrijke onderzoek? Doneer vandaag nog via padeltalk.nl.
Nog niet voldoende geleerd op de padelbaan? Sven Boele geeft je tips en trucs en zelfs huiswerk mee.
Ik ben de afgelopen weken ook veel bezig geweest met de tactiek. En dit is graag iets wat ik met jullie zou willen delen. Ik merkte in Spanje dat ik speelde daar vaak met dezelfde mensen. En dan wist ik een beetje wat er gebeurde en waar zij heen gingen spelen. En wij werden eigenlijk getraind op dat we 2 stappen vooruit dachten. Dus als je je tactiek bedenkt in je wedstrijd, dat je al 2 stappen vooruit denkt. Nu lijkt dat lastig, maar ik denk dat jullie dat wel kunnen, want het is eigenlijk makkelijker, omdat het je meer in de wedstrijd houdt, mentaal gezien. Dus je raakt minder afgeleid, zodat je alleen maar denkt aan je tactiek. Want je wil ook niet aan je techniek denken tijdens de wedstrijd. Dan gaat het denk ik minder goed. Dus 2 stappen vooruit denken. Hoe ziet dat dan nou precies uit? Stel je voor, je staat aan het net. Dan wil je eigenlijk degene achterin van links naar rechts bewegen. En dan kan je al denken een combinatie. Dus je zou alvast kunnen denken, ik speel mijn volley precies in het midden. Dus je hebt 5 glasplaten aan de achterkant. Of je hebt totaal 5 glasplaten. De 5e, de middelste, daar zou je kunnen spelen. En dan weet je al 100% zeker, dan ga ik daarna in de hoek spelen. Dus dat je dat al direct beslist. Dus de bal komt eraan. Je weet, oké, midden. Volgende bal gaat direct naar de hoek. Dit is ook namelijk waar je wil opbouwen met padel. Want als je door het midden speelt, dan is er een speler waarschijnlijk die bal aan het pakken en staat niet meer zijn of haar hoek te verdedigen. Waardoor daar ruimte is. Dus je zou kunnen denken in een combo, net zoals met boksen. Dan zou je ook een combo hebben. Je zou niet alleen maar volle bak gaan slaan. Je zou toch wat behoorlijke kleine tikjes moeten uitgeven om in één keer een grote tik te geven. En bij padel denk ik dat je heel veel van die kleine tikjes moet geven om het punt op te bouwen en te winnen. En niet eens om te scoren. Dus misschien moet je niet eens gaan voor die right hook, maar precies alleen maar voor de kleine tikjes. Dus de bal komt eraan. Je weet al, oké, midden. En degene die hem pakt, daarvan speel ik in de hoek. En dan kan je al 2 stappen vooruit denken, waarin jij, denk ik, zo voelt het voor mij heel erg tijdens de wedstrijd. Dan weet ik al wat ik doe. En dan krijg je ook niet het geval dat je soms je verslaat, of dat je een makkelijke bal overdenkt, of dat je in één keer denkt, oh nee, ik ga toch daarheen spelen. Dan blijf je eigenlijk in je strategie spelen. En dan zorg je ervoor dat je al precies weet wat je doet. En, wat nog beter is, dat jouw maatje precies weet wat je doet. Zodat jouw maatje precies ook zijn opstelling kan aanpassen aan jouw strategie. En het is dan vrij makkelijk om dan samen te spelen, omdat je dus herkent wat er gebeurt. Probeer dit eens. Overleg het eens met je partner, hoe zij of haar daarover denkt als je dit zou kunnen doen. Of dat je afspreekt, als ik een backhand volley heb, speel ik hem altijd naar de zijwand, bij wijze van spreken. En dan kan je een strategie bedenken samen met jouw partner. En dit zorgt ervoor dat je goed op elkaar ingespeeld raakt. En misschien wel spannende wedstrijden kan winnen door alleen maar dit stukje tactiek. Ik geloof niet dat techniek een mega grote impact heeft in padel. Maar dat je echt samen met je maatje even kan zitten om je plan, je tactiek uit te denken en op die manier wedstrijden naar binnen te halen. Ik weet zeker dat het gaat lukken. Succes!
Wij danken je voor het luisteren naar de wekelijkse Padel Talk podcast, welke te beluisteren is op padeltalk.nl, Soundcloud, Juke, Spotify en de diverse social media kanalen. Mocht je vragen of suggesties hebben of wil je adverteren met een ingesproken reclameboodschap in de volgende uitzendingen, inclusief een bannervermelding op padeltalk.nl, stuur ons dan een e-mail op podcast@padeltalk.nl. Volgende week een interview met Petro van Haren, de padelpionier in het zuiden des lands en tevens technisch en commercieel adviseur padel. Graag tot volgende week. Deze uitzending werd mogelijk gemaakt door Ariba Padel, de perfecte match in kartri, Enebe, Royal Padel en Vibora.